I'm clean in it. Now I'm finna show the lean in it. This grand hustle team of kings is getting rich. I lean and get lit. Lima bean 6, I take breath. The opposite of I ride 26 and let my screen flip. Trophy watching over.
Let's meet the starting lineup for Union Culture. The big man at 7, number 24, Walker Kessler. At guard, at 6'4", number 00. Jordan Clarkson. At the small forward position, at 7, wearing number 23, Lori Markkinen. At guard, 6'1", number 12, John Stockton. At forward, 6'9", number 32, the mailman, Carl Malone.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, guys, at the end of this season, there is a potential opt-out of the collective bargaining agreement. And after seeing star players hold out, some wonder if that will be exercised. Commissioner Silver says, we have a common interest to ensure that contracts are honored. Those are issues we can approach collectively. Kevin?
As is always the best case. David, thank you. So with Wiggins sitting on here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Mr. Clutch out there with the chosen one. Then there's baddest one. Then it's G, and it's Mr. Perfect in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, Stockton is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Lauri Markkinen. And there's Malone. And Doris, one of the Jazz games you called last year was pretty special. It was the first all-female broadcast team in NBA history.
And one of the best parts for me, Kev, was there were a variety of women in roles that will never be seen on the camera. So tape, graphics, audio, operations, each and every one of them, just like the 3 broadcasters who were calling the game, have been in their position at some point where the only person in the room was of your gender, just like yourself. So it's unique that the entire broadcast was filled with very capable women. It was such an honor to be a part of.
Now, here's Clarkson. And Smooth pulls it down. Las Vegas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Izzo. Las Vegas again missing. And it's Utah's ball. Stockton the pass to Malone. No good with the layup. Warriors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And that one's good by G.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Stockton looking around. He dishes it to Clarkson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Well, you can give them a steady diet of pick and roll, because if Jordan Clarkson gets downhill, it's trouble.
Baddest one misses.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
The Warriors have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Another shot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Malone.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Las Vegas shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. One thing that can be entertaining at this point of every season is how unexpected rivalries, Greg, begin to develop.
Yeah, teams that might not be traditional rivals have a few heated games early on, and now their matchups become must-see TV. Happens every season.
He hits both from the stripe. Here is Stockton. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Knocked loose. Inside, Malone. And oh, what a play. He just palms the block. The chosen one passes to baddest one. From deep three-point range. And the Warriors miss again. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Stockton outside. That's tipped. Out to Clarkson. Another miss by Utah.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
The pass to baddest one. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. And Markkanen can give you, Greg, a solid defensive effort at both the 3 and the 4.
And Kevin, many thought Markkanen was a defensive liability, but give him credit, worked hard to prove he wasn't. And while not a superb defender, he has become a plus defender for this team.
Now, here's Clarkson. 9-point game his last outing. To the paint. And Smooth pulls it down. Last game for Las Vegas, they picked up the W against the Kings. From 17 feet out, off the left rim and out.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Outside for Stockton. Malone sets the pick for Stockton. Just 5 on the clock. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2.
Just doing the job on the backboard. Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. The dish to Malone. Passes it to Markkanen. Clarkson taking his time here. And once again, off the mark by Utah. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And the basket by baddest one.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
To the inside. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Izzo. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Warriors lead by 5. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
trailing by 5. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
Markkanen is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Sexton. Then it's Conley, and it's Malone in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group right now for Utah.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
The bruising power forward, Malone, a dominant offensive player between his nifty post moves and that soft mid-range.
Good on the second free throw. And in this era of positionless basketball, of course, we're starting to see some guards who end up playing in that dunker spot, down low, more than on the perimeter.
Let's call them little big men, Kevin. Guys like Bruce Brown, Gary Payton II. These are powerful athletes, unbelievable vertical spacers. They set great screens. They can finish as a roller. I love the use of these undersized guys who don't necessarily shoot it well in this role.
So it's Las Vegas now, after the miss from Karl Malone. Here's G, defended by Sexton. Here's Izzo, 4 on the shot clock. The shot, no good. Nice D from Malone. And here is Conley. No points in the game yet for him. Now, here's Sexton. Kicks it out to Malone. Nice ball movement by Utah. Out in his own on the break. Here's baddest one. Finishes the break with a slam.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
Now, here's Sexton. Down low. Here's baddest one. Traps in the tray. Baddest one's got the lead up to 9 now for the Warriors. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. The reviews have been good for the league's moves to eliminate foul calls on non-basketball moves. The NBA said it wanted the game to be played, not manipulated. Draymond Green says it helps to know that you'll have more of a fair opportunity as a defender. Guys can't just cheat the system. Kevin, back to you.
That's great to see, David. Thank you. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Utah. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the media is able to vote on awards like All Rookie. But, Greg, those awards can end up determining a player's max salary. Any concern there?
No doubt there is, but somebody has to decide those awards, right? And no matter who it is, there's always going to be some pushback. So as long as contracts are tied to them, that power will be in someone else's hands. And they've had 2 completely different quarters. Field goal percentage just over 20 in the first, and they've shot themselves out of that slump and have the lead here in the second.
Now, here's Sexton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 6 to shoot. Over G. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And there's the call on Karl Malone. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul. Substitution for New Jersey.
And here's Las Vegas. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. Here's baddest one. Oh!
Wow.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Well, we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up. Let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You take a look at Clarkson. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend, but, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
Here's Stockton after Las Vegas picked up 3 with their last shot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on baddest one. That's his first foul. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
.103 left in the first half of basketball. They set the pick. 2 on the clock. The Jazz with another miss.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And the Jazz call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from baddest one.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
Take the ball and get out of your seat for your Utah Jazz.
.35 seconds left in the first half. Malone outside. High arcing shot. The Warriors pull it in. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series. Their third three-pointer in a row.
Stockton outside. Pass to Malone. Will it go? And it's good off the glass. Malone's got 5 points so far.
A go-to shot for Malone. He looks so comfortable and in rhythm from the mid-range.
29.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Just like the ball movement, you know, the drive and kick. Our guys have played really well together. Just trying to move the ball, get a great shot.
We'll see if you can keep the ball flying around as we continue. Thanks. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And hello, everybody. What an amazing first half performance it's been.
They've been running away with this game, pushing the pace. They're steamrolling those guys.
They say speed kills. I don't know if it beats size, but hey, keep running, fellas.
And next up, we have the award winners, our players of the month in the East and the West. Looking at the Eastern Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, the Greek Freak, always a great pick for this one. Such a great guy.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, baddest one has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. The chosen one out there with Mr. Clutch. Then it's Mr. Perfect. Then it's G, and it's baddest one in at the point guard position. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz.
When you talk about guys who just know how to play the game, Stockton at the top of that list.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
John Stockton taking 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good.
Stockton, just a remarkable point guard. Lights out shooter and an even better distributor.
No luck that time either. And he gets the bucket.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Now we have a chance to see the teams that have been the NBA's best three-point shooters this month.
And right now, their three-point shooters are in terrific rhythm. I mean, they've put on a display here from long range.
Jazz trail by 20. Spins. Pass to Markkanen.
Switch.
Just 5 to shoot. Stockton, no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Dishes to Clarkson. Nailed from three-point land. Clarkson's got 5.
Well, give Jordan Clarkson a ton of credit. He has worked tirelessly on this shot.
Gets a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And that's 21 points for baddest one.
Oh, smooth. Timeout. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And the Jazz call time here.
Are you ready? It's T-shirt giveaway time.
Jazz making a switch here. Vanderbilt's checked in.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clarkson. Last season's performance for him. Last season put up about 16 points a game, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Malone. That one off the back iron and out.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Out to the right wing. Puts one up from 19. The shot missing. And it's Utah the other way. Markkanen kicks to Clarkson. That's tipped. Now the pass to Vanderbilt. Stockton outside. Another miss by Utah.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Utah with the rebound. Malone's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. In recent years, the NBA has opened several international academies. Commissioner Adam Silver says huge numbers of people are playing basketball, but unless you take the best at a young age, get them facing elite competition and training under high-pressure circumstances, they won't develop into NBA-caliber players. Kevin?
Well, opening doors, David, that's always a good thing. Expansion. Thank you. Now, here's Markkanen. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Clock is at 3. From deep, it's deflected, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. A different look for Utah. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Colin Sexton comes in for Clarkson, and it's Mike Conley in for Stockton.
Mike Conley.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Lets it go from deep. Baddest one misses. Jazz trail by 21. Passes to Malone. Out to Conley. Pass to Vanderbilt. It's tipped. Here's baddest one. He's covered by Malone. Malone with the block. And they'll keep possession. And he lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
Hey, who's watching now?
Here's Sexton. Got a piece of it. From outside the arc. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go. Mr. Perfect's got 5 now.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Malone with the block. Sexton kicks to Conley. Here's Malone. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
At the line for Utah.
And he knocks down the first one.
At the line for 2.
And both free throws good for Malone. And so it's Las Vegas, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And we'll be back with you shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Malone. Colin Sexton is out there with John Stockton. Then there's Markkanen. That's the group right now for Utah.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Sexton, and that one goes long.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Outside, Markkanen. Stockton outside. Here's Malone. G with the rebound.
What a masterful job on the defensive end. Did everything possible to alter that shot.
Connects from three-point range.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Now, here's Sexton. And Malone with the stuff.
Well, that's an example of using both vision and playmaking ability to find the open teammate. Sexton is a quality floor general.
Here's baddest one. Sexton grabs the board. Well, you're looking at the MVP race last season between three incredible big men with Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Analyzing that, Doris, what's your big takeaway?
The idea that the big man, the 5 spot in the NBA is obsolete. That argument is over. What impresses me is the skill level of NBA players, particularly manning the center position in the modern age. Highly skilled, can shoot it, can take it off the bounce, and are exceptional passers. Boy, this is fun to watch.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Las Vegas.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Mr. Perfect, the pass to Izzo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the middle, Malone with the steal. Stockton outside. Pass to Malone. Back to Stockton. 3 on the clock, and there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. That's foul number 2 for him. And for a while there, Greg, it seemed like we were entering the super team era. But lately, homegrown talent, players you draft and develop or sign and develop, seems to be the way teams are going.
Yeah, and it's not easy to maintain a culture when you're bringing in stars from outside. We've seen some cautionary examples here of late.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, Malik Beasley, known as a pure scorer, but how about the setup of his teammate right there? That's a pretty pass.
Here's baddest one, and another 3 for Las Vegas.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for baddest one.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Utah with the ball after Las Vegas picked up 3 with their last shot. For 3, Beasley. No good that time.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Baddest one misses.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. For 3, Beasley, and the 3 ball is good.
We know Mr. Beasley wants to drain it from distance, especially if you give him any kind of space.
Here's G. So we see Las Vegas taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now, we present the New Balance Player of the Game, Baddest One.
my niggas still trippin' for fun.